G'day team. For something different on the trap line, we're over here in Canada, and finally it's trapping season. They've got regulations over here that dictate when you can start trapping different species and all the rest of it, so we've had to wait for that to start. Really keen, really interested to get out here and set some traps and see how we go, because there's been a pack of wolves kicking around, and we found one calf that'd been chewed up around the back legs. It looks like a dog had hit it from one side. You could see the cut marks sort of along the side of one ham, and then it was still bleeding on the other side where you could see we'd been bitten on the other leg as well. So at least one, I think we're a calf missing as well. So yeah. They've had it all their own way. So what we're going to do here now is probably put in about 10 traps. We've got a lot of cattle out on this range country, so it's going to be difficult to dodge the cattle. But yeah, I'll just step you through it, and let's see how we go over the next couple of weeks. And it'd be great to pick up a wolf. I'd love to be able to take a wolf skin home. Yeah, so I've got a wolf tag and maybe a coyote or two. So yeah, I'm out here with my grandson Trapper and my better half Judy, and we're just yeah, working out where's a good place. The weather is stuck with us. The weather is good. It's just starting to really get a little bit cold now at nights. It won't be long before we see it start to really chill down. And their coats should be really good as well, their skin. So yeah, join me on this journey. Come on, keep going. Hey, get up on the better feed, girls. I'm in Kurt and Esther's shop, the shed over here in Canada. Finally, the trapping season is open. I've got a wolf tag, which is fantastic. I can get out there with Kurt and we can see if we can track some down. Kurt and Esther's traps have been hanging out in the weather now for probably most of this season, weathering. These are the No BS K9. Okay. Beautiful looking trap. 4-spring. I'll use these where I can. This one, that one, that one. I'll probably take about 7 or 8 traps and some Bridger number 8s in here as well. What a horrendous looking thing. Beautiful trap. Yeah, it's great stuff here. They've got so many of these like Conibear traps. They trap marten and fisher and you name it, everything. Bobcat and wolf and that on the trap line when they were working it, and all sorts of traps and snares. Fantastic stuff. But anyway, let's get some traps together and get out on the range. Some lovely coyotes, whatever people want to call them. Look at those beautiful skins. Okay, this is the go. This is beaver blood. They tell me that wolves just cannot resist it. Got another gland lure I'll use. We've got some wolf gland lure. And in here, I'm not really sure if the beavers gave permission for that, but anyway, I've got their testicles. Well, we had got lucky a little bit previously. 2 young coyotes had come around chasing chickens, so Esther shot one, and my beautiful little granddaughter Sky and I went out and we got the second one with the help of old Bundy.
Bundy, get here! Bundy! You got him, Sky! You got him!
This is pretty cool. Get up in the morning, come down and pick a few handfuls of raspberries to get started. On the way down to the main house, then we'll go and pick a few Saskatoon berries, have those. For all our Aussie friends watching, that there's public enemy #1 around a garden. Kurt and Esther have got a beautiful veggie garden going here, and every morning there's more squirrels, like this guy, coming in here raiding everything. It's like cute little buggers, but they're pretty destructive. I suppose they're putting away food for the winter, and a nice veggie garden is easy picking. Kurt and Esther, in true McGhie style, have bitten off more than they can chew, and they're chewing like heck. So it's been really good to be here to just give them a hand and spend a heap of time with the kids. And we've seen them, do just about everything. Even yesterday, they were skinning a black bear here that had been shot by a neighbour that came in and actually killed one of their sheep, and was caught in the act of chewing the head off this sheep. So, it's hanging up in the cold store to make some good bear meat. Beautiful, beautiful country. So, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to have a lot of interesting stuff going on here soon. We'll head north to the Yukon, and we'll probably go up near the Spatsizi at some stage. If we can get all the work done, there'll be time to get out into the bush again. So, thanks for joining in, gang. Appreciate it. Judy and I out here this morning. Started on the program. One track there, just a coyote. What else have we got? Got a little bear. There's claws in there. There. Little bear. Okay, I've come along a bit further and I've got wolf tracks there, for sure. It looks like the wolves are over this sort of northern side, which is good. Okay, we'll get down here where we can set a few traps. Got a good track going along here. And this is where we saw the wolf tracks, just back along this track on a piece of mud. I'd love to get a trap in here somewhere. This, to me, is a good place for them to run through. How do I keep a trap in here without getting the cattle to set it off? Maybe over here. Right, I'm not wearing gloves. What I'll do, I've brought with me just a pail of creek mud. This good wet mud out of a rotten compass and that in the creek. And what I'm going to do is just earth up my hands. Rather than wear gloves, just want my hands smelling like dirt. Because after all, I'm going to be digging a hole in the dirt. Righto. I think we'll use, on this one, we'll use beaver blood. This is beaver blood that's been like fermented for since last year or the year before. So I'll use a little bit of that. I think I'll just set under a fence here on a drag, that if something comes through on this track, we'll have them, if I can catch them, they'll pull the drag away from the fence so they won't be around the barbed wire and get snagged up pretty quick there. But at least it'll stop the cattle from wrecking it. Okay, I've just got a bit of actually an old piece of canvas as a ground sheet to work off. I'm using one of the no BS traps.
I've actually never used one of these before, but they look a good trap. They're a dogless trap, and 4-spring. They're Cerakoted, so you don't need to boil them. And yeah, be very interesting to see how this one goes. My thought is here, so this will be a natural pass through here for a wolf to come through, or down through this way. Cattle will step over the log. They probably won't come in this close. And I'll hide the chain off the drag in under there, and probably do, yeah, just wrap it around that other side there. So hopefully if I catch a dog here, it takes that drag down into the bushes there. Well, let's get going. Right. So I'll take the top sort of vegetable matter away, plant matter I should say. I'll do a quick dig. It's strange not having all my gear that I'm so used to, but we'll make do. Okay, I'll leave a good little bed underneath that. Those rocks to either side, I think that's all I need. I'll feed the chain down through here and hide it under those logs that way. Right, what I'm going to use today is just a little bit of foam under the pad and under the workings. That's a lovely trap to set. Yeah, when they call them no BS, you can see why. It's a good simple trap, a good wide gate to it. Chain there and deal with it in a second. I'll just put it out underneath that little log. It'll work from there. Right. Some fines in there. Packing around the side, get that seated in well. I might get a little bit more dirt from somewhere, I think. Before I put that fines in, let's get a bit more dirt, just make sure. I hear the stories about how cunning these wolves are. So let's treat them as if they're a really trap-shy dingo. Around those edges. Okay. Okay, relatively happy with that. What I might do is put this a rough looking stepping stick there to give them a reason to step right there. I might get a little bit of brush and put a bit of more brush here. Yep, right all. To me, that's the natural place to put a foot as they go under the fence here. So I'll put a little bit of beaver smell there on that edge of that log. I think I'll put a little bit more on this bit of wool on the fence as well here somewhere. And if a cow comes along, which I've got cattle everywhere here, if they come along, they're more than likely to sniff this and not wreck the trap. If I've got a wolf coming through, he'll smell it, come in here, but he's probably more than likely then to sniff that one as well. So I'll put 2 different scents, 2 different spots. That is truly, oh, gee. That's bad. The blowflies are hitting that already. That's altogether wrong. Okay, I'll put him up on that barbed wire. Okay, and wrap it a couple of times. So it's not going to come off easy. For my next set pattern, I decided to set in a position that got a lot of attention from a whole heap of different critters, but the wolves would be there within a month. Okay, what I'm going to do here is just put another no BS trap in here. It's a good spot where the cattle have been messing the ground up, so the whole ground is looking messy. So a bit of turned dirt, a little bit more turned dirt shouldn't worry, and a day or 2 before a dog came along, a wolf came along, I think it would make a lot of difference. Same thing, just putting a drag over the side here. I'll bury the chain out of sight. Make sure we've got no air gaps in there. I really do think with most traps, it's not so much your human scent on it. It's if you've got an air pocket in there, especially with a trap that heats up, and it's not in contact with the dirt. I really do think that you get some scent, that air that wants to escape upwards, and that causes some of your problems with scent coming off the actual steel. Just my theory on it. I think it works just from tests, all the work I've done. Okay, so that's all disturbed up there anyway because there's been cattle all around that. I'll just get my top needles, a few more needles on things, and that's a good spot there. I won't use that stick because I've been handling it more. I'll put another stick there as a stepping stick. I think we've got a really good spot. That animal's nose. My reasoning for this set was to have a long distance scent in the tree above, but have a little bit of scent on the rock on the left hand side, and hopefully if a wolf came along, put its nose on that rock, its foot would naturally go on the trap. That's the spot. I might even put something else there, a little bit more brush either side, just to really condense the foot to that centre. Cover this trap, this chain, all the way through here. Bury it deep. Like I said, all this has been disturbed with cattle. A little bit more disturbance. I don't think it's going to worry it at all. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. See you next Tuesday.